Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I have got another collection video for you guys today. This is probably going to be my last one. We're going to go through my concealers, all of my brow products, which also happens to house like eyeshadow primers, and then we're going to go back to that little table right there. I have two drawers in that table that house all of my highlighters and also my mascaras. So we're going to go through all of those. We're going to take a look at everything. I'm going to try and clear out some room. We'll probably do a pretty decent declutter when it comes to concealers and brow products. I'm not sure I'll be getting rid of too many highlighters because I have decluttered those recently, but we'll probably go through and declutter quite a few mascaras as well because I have some that I think have expired. Hope you guys are excited, not bored of these videos yet. This will likely be my last one. I do have a lip drawer that I thought about going through, but that's another one that I don't know that I'll be decluttering a lot. I might hold off on that one and save it for when my new room is done and I have a new desk, a new storage unit. Before we get into the video, special welcome to those of you that are new here. Happy to have you here. I hope you enjoy today's video. If you do, please make sure that you are subscribed before you leave. Also, if you want to be notified each time I upload a new video, make sure the notification bell is turned on. And with that said, I'm going to pull you guys closer. We're going to take a look at my concealer and brow products. Alright guys, we are going to start off in this drawer right here. So I have all of my concealers kind of spilling over in this little container right here. We're going to see if we can get them to kind of fit in a little bit more concisely. And then this is the bin that we really need to tackle. This is all of my brow products. I probably have some eyeliners in here, lots of like brow gels, along with some eye primers. There might be some miscellaneous stuff in here, and definitely a lot that I think are probably old and expired that I don't use and that I can trim down quite a bit. So we'll tackle those as well. First, let me take all my sponges out. So these are all my current sponges in rotation. I actually just washed these ones. These are kind of my new favorite. These ones are from BH Cosmetics. I got these during their holiday sale for like $1.50 a piece, and I really love them. They remind me a lot of the L'Oreal sponges. And let's start off with my concealer. So I'm first gonna just pull all these out and then we'll go through them all individually and see what we can trim down. Okay, so let's start with a couple that I think I can get rid of. First off, this one right here. This is just a little travel version of the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. I have a full-size version of this one and it's pretty old, so we're gonna toss this one in the trash. I'm mostly gonna toss this one in the trash because it's pretty old as well. This is just a pot concealer from Catrice. I really liked it, but I have two from the same that I'll be keeping instead of this one, so I'm gonna toss this one as well. These two I will keep. I have shades 1 and 2 of the same Cover Perfect pot concealer. I really like these. I don't use pot concealers every day, but on occasion, especially if I'm in a big hurry, I do like to reach for these two. So we will, actually let's keep those right there. This concealer right here, honestly, I forgot I even had this. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Stick Concealer. I have the Fair Light shade. I don't even know if I love this concealer or not because I got it and then it's been a long time since I've used it. So I probably haven't pulled this thing out for about 6 months. Looks like the shade's gonna be pretty good for me. Sometimes I do like a stick concealer, especially if I have a really stubborn blemish like on my cheek or something. I think a stick concealer can sometimes cover those up a little bit better. So I'm gonna keep this one around and actually keep it kind of up front so I can give it a try soon. I'm going to toss these two in the trash. These are the e.l.f. Mix to Match adjusters. They don't make these anymore. I did like using them as kind of shade adjusters for my foundations, but honestly they're kind of old and they don't make them anymore, and I usually will just do shade adjusting with other foundations that I own. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass these, actually just throw these ones away. I am also gonna throw this concealer away because it's kind of old. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer. I never really loved this. I kind of just felt so-so about it. I have the shade 01. Let's jump into these three right here. So these have also been discontinued. They're from BH Cosmetics. This is their Studio Pro Concealer. I wish they would bring this concealer back. I think it is a fantastic concealer. I like reaching for this one quite a bit. I'm gonna keep these two shades. I have 104, 106. I think this one is 108, which is much too dark for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and just toss this one in the trash. Let's go through all of my Revlon concealers. I have so many of these, you guys. Some of them haven't been opened yet because, as I mentioned somewhat recently, I did stock up on these when I saw them on sale at a local Walgreens. So I have a ton of these. Look at all these Revlon Candid concealers. Now you know what I mean when I say this is my favorite concealer. This is crazy. I look like a crazy person. I'm gonna be 87 and still using this concealer. So let's just go through a couple of them. I've got like 4 shades of the 005. I'm actually gonna put these back behind because these are like my backups. Those two aren't opened. These two are also, no, actually these 3 are not opened either. This is 015, which is a new shade to me. Actually, I'm gonna leave that shade out. That looks kind of nice. I have 025 and 010. I I haven't opened either of these shades yet either, so I'm going to put those kind of in the back as my backups. And then these are the ones I'm currently working through. Actually, there's one more somewhere. This is my 005, so I do have this one open. This was actually probably just about gone. So these three I'm going to leave out. These are the ones that are kind of in my rotation right now. 05, 025, 030. 05 and 030 are my favorite shades, but I can use any of these really. Actually, let's just leave these three. I'm going to keep this one in the back until 005, where is it, is gone. Then I'll pull number 10 back in, but there, I'll put my 7 extras back there in the back. I also have a couple of backups of my The Same Tip concealer. I really like this concealer. You can get it on Yes Style for about $5. It does have just a tiny amount of product in it, but I love traveling with these concealers because they're so small. Shade match is really good for me and they work really well. This is the shade 1.5, which is the best match for me. So those backups will go back there. And then these two, which are open, I'm currently working through, are shade 1.5 and 02. These both work for me. They're actually pretty similar in shade. I'm gonna go ahead and toss my Age Rewind concealer because it's pretty much gone. I could probably squeak 1 or 2 more uses out of it, but I think it's time to go. I'm definitely keeping my 2 Kosas concealers. I have the shades 3.2 and 04. Love these. Definitely my favorite high-end concealer. Also this one, another favorite of mine. I'm actually surprised at how much I have used up. This is the Dior Forever Skin Concealer, shade 1W. Another favorite high-end concealer of mine. For my IT Cosmetics by Under Eye, I have 2 shades. The shades 11 Light Nude and 22.5 Medium Honey. This one's a little light, this one's a little dark. I like to mix these two together, but definitely keepers for me. I am also going to be keeping my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. These are 2 more favorites of mine. I have the shades Fair Warm and Medium Sand. I use both of these shades. This one's a little light, this one's a little dark, but they work great combined together. I will also be keeping my CoverGirl concealers. I have L200 and M100, another good drugstore concealer that I like. I probably like the e.l.f. one a little better. It's a little bit more hydrating, but I do still like the CoverGirl one. I'm also keeping the Wet n Wild Incognito concealer. This is the shade Light Honey. Definite favorite of mine from the drugstore. Alright, here are my Tarte concealers. So I'm definitely keeping my Ultra Creamy. I have the shade 22N Light Neutral. Great one. I also have this old Tarte Shape Tape. I should probably toss this. Thought about squeaking out the last little bit. This one is way too light for me. This is in the shade Fair, but I love using it as a eyeshadow primer, especially if I'm doing like a really intense smoky eye, because this stuff covers really well and it lasts really well underneath eyeshadow, but this is pretty old. I think it's like 3 years old, so I'm gonna go ahead and toss that in the trash. I think I will also be keeping the e.l.f. Original Camo Concealer. I thought about getting rid of this one because I like the hydrating one, but I honestly like them both. I actually think they're similar to each other. I really need to like use them side by side to distinguish the differences, but I like them both. They both seem to work for me. This one, I guess, is not as hydrating, but even then, to me, the difference is pretty minor. I mean, I don't think it's a drying concealer by any means, so I'm going to keep using this one for now, even though I probably don't need it. I'm just going to keep it for now. This one is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer. I have L34. Oh, I'm getting so close to using this one up. I've had it for probably over a year now, but I do want to use it up like all the way. So I'm going to keep this one around for just a little bit longer, but this will probably be used up pretty soon. These two right here, I have my Hope Girl Nude Concealer Base, which I really love this concealer. By the way, mine is in the shade 21 Light Beige. I think there's only like 2 or 3 shades of this stuff. This is the Natasha Denona Transfix Concealer. I really like this stuff. It's really budge proof and pretty high coverage for how thin of a concealer it is. Kind of hard to work with. It's really hard to blend, but I do like it because it stays in place really well, so I'm definitely keeping that. Also gonna keep my Milani Conceal and Perfects. I like this concealer. I probably don't like it as much as I like the e.l.f. and the CoverGirl. What other drugstore concealers do I like? And the Revlon, obviously. But I do like it, so I'm gonna just keep it around for a little bit longer. Also gonna keep around my Benefit Boing Concealer. Cutest packaging in a concealer that I have, but I like this. I don't know that I like it as much as some of my other high-end concealers. It does crease a little bit on my under eyes, just a little bit, but overall I think it's pretty good and it is a really good shade match for me, so I will be keeping that one as well. Last but not least for concealers, this one's hard, you guys. I'm actually considering decluttering my Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpty Concealer. There was a time this was my very favorite high-end concealer, but honestly my skin has gotten more dry in the last couple of years and I don't think this one is quite as hydrating as some of my others. I'm actually gonna hold off and keep it around to give it one more try because I haven't used this one for a while, so I want to try and use it a few times, and if I don't like it I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this one, but I'm gonna give it one more chance. I do have just a little bit of room left, so we're gonna leave that one right there, and there we go. Look at that, you guys. Much, much better. So final numbers on concealers, if you include my backups, which are sitting back there, I kept 34 and only got rid of 8. I know that's not like great numbers, but I just really was looking to clear just a little bit of space and get rid of the ones that were used up or too old. Now we're gonna move over to this side right here. I should be able to clear out a lot of this stuff because honestly, there's some stuff in here that I don't even know what it is or how long I've had it. So I'm going to pull all of my eye primers out. All right, so first off, we are going to throw in the trash my Profusion eye primer. I actually really love this eye primer, but it is very old and expired and dried out, so this one needs to be tossed. I will be keeping my Alter Ego eye primer. I love this eye primer. I think it's really great. If you're ever buying an eyeshadow palette from them, if you're looking for a primer, this might be a good one to throw in. It's pretty cheap. I think it's like $6 and it does work really well, so I will keep that. I'm also going to keep these two. These are both from Lorac. This is their behind the scenes eye primer. These came in some of their palettes I got in like a Christmas set, so I'm going to keep both of these. I love taking these ones when I travel because they're nice and small. This one, I actually have been using this one recently. It's from Coastal Scents, but Coastal Scents is no longer around. I actually went on their website the other day and it says their like company is for sale or something, so they obviously don't have makeup right now. So I'm going to pass this one on because I just don't think I need it. I actually kind of like it, but I just don't need it taking up space. I have lots of others that I like as much or better. I am going to keep the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. I still think this is one of the best primers at the drugstore. It's harder to find now, but if you happen to see it, I think it's the best eyeshadow primer under $5 that I've tried so far. I am going to go ahead and get rid of the Marc Jacobs Undercover Eye Primer. I just don't think this is that good of an eye primer. My eyeshadows always crease when I use this. Normally I keep things that are Marc Jacobs, whether I like them or not, but I'm not going to keep this because I never use it. I'll probably see if someone else wants to give this a try because I haven't had it that long. I am going to keep my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. I have just this original version right here. I do really like it. Again, I think the Wet n Wild one is every bit as good as this one right here, at least for me, but I like it and I have it. I think this came with a palette I got from them or something, but I'm going to keep it and see if I can finish it up. This one I will be passing along. This is the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer. I didn't like this stuff at all. It was way too drying on my eyelids, and I don't even know that I liked how it like held onto my eyeshadows. Honestly, it just did not make my eyelids feel or look very nice because it was too dry and kind of thick. So I will go ahead and pass that one along. And last, I believe, is the Milk Hydro Grip Eye Primer. This is supposed to be an eye primer and concealer primer. Gotta be honest, you guys, I don't love this. I don't know. I don't know that it does much of anything for me, but I don't think it's quite as budge proof or locks things in quite as well as like the Alter Ego or the Wet n Wild or even the Urban Decay. I didn't notice it did much for my concealers either. I've used it quite a bit and I still am like, what is this doing for me? Like, I'm kind of baffled by this product because it's not bad, but I don't notice it doing anything great for me. So I don't know. I'm going to keep it just because I have it and I don't dislike it, but it's not one I would say run out and buy this. Like, it's going to make a world of difference for you. Okay, so far, got rid of 4. I'm keeping 6. Let's go through brow like gels and pomades and stuff. So I'm going to pull all of those out. And actually, first off, I have these 2 things from e.l.f. a makeup removing pen and a hydrating under eye primer that I don't think I've ever even used. These are both so old I need to just throw them both in the trash. So I'm also going to tackle these brow powders that I have right now. We'll tackle those along with this set that we're doing. And then I'm also going to pull these out as well. I'll get to those in just a minute. Okay, let's go through my brow powders first. So I have the ABH brow powder, which I do think is good. I'm actually going to give this to my mom, I think. I mean, it's good. I don't use brow powders very often. And this thing was like $20 or $24. Look how tiny that is. I mean, I know it's going to last you a while because you don't need a lot of product when you're filling in your brows, but I still can't help but feel like a $24 eyeshadow, that's insane. This is the e.l.f. Brow Duo. I used to use this on occasion. I thought it was okay. I just don't use this type of product anymore. I also get rid of the CYO. This is a brow little kit. It has this pencil right here that's it's not a micro pencil. It's like a normal eyeliner kind of pencil. It's much too chubby for what I like in my brows. Then it has a wax, a powder, and like a highlight color. I just never use this and it's super bulky for how little product is in there. So I'm going to go ahead and pass that along. And then this can go in the trash. This is an old e.l.f. single eyeshadow that I loved to use to fill in my brows. This is shade Pebble. You guys remember when they made these little eyeshadows, like their Studio line. Anyone remember the Studio line? Raise your hand. This is also very old. I don't use it anymore, so this one can go in the trash as well. As for my brow gels, let's go through those really quickly. I am definitely keeping my ABH brow gel. I really like this as a clear brow gel. It's pricey, but it does work. I would say it works better than the e.l.f. one. The e.l.f. one doesn't work amazingly, but it works pretty well for how cheap it is. So this one's actually gone. I'm gonna go ahead and toss that in the trash. I should probably buy a new one. I like using those when I do like drugstore videos. This is the e.l.f. and Jen Atkin brow gel that I don't think they make this anymore. It was limited edition. I do really like it though. I'm gonna keep using this for now. I'm also gonna keep my Etude House Keep My Brows Fixer. My goodness, you guys, the grammar on K-Beauty products is always challenging. This is another clear brow gel that I really like, so we will keep that one as well. This one right here, the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer, this is discontinued. It's actually quite old for me as well, so I'm going to toss this one in the trash. I have this ColourPop Clear Brow Gel, which I really love. This is one of my favorite drugstore, more affordable ones. I have a backup of it right here. This is just about gone, so I'm going to go ahead and toss this one. Pretty much used up the whole thing, and I have a backup right here, so I'm just going to count that one as a success and then move on to this one right there. Let's go through these three. Actually, wait, that's not a brow gel. That's a brush-on adhesive for lashes that I never use, and it's actually quite old, so this is going in the trash as well. We won't even count it in the numbers because it's kind of in a category all on its own. These ones right here, keeping the e.l.f. Wow Brow, another favorite of mine. I am keeping the the Gimme Brow from Benefit. I am getting rid of the Wet n Wild Brow Obsessive. Okay, I didn't really like this. And in addition to that, there is almost no product in here because I've only used it probably 12 times in my life, and I think it's already gone. It's like there's nothing in there, honestly. Yeah, biggest ripoff ever. If this cost me more than 50 cents for 5 uses, I mean, yeah, I don't know what happened to that. Maybe it dried out or something, but it wasn't that good to begin with, so not a recommendation for me. This right here, this is the Make Me Brow from Essence. I really like this stuff, but this one's pretty old, so I'm going to go ahead and toss that one as well. And then right here, I have the Brow Cara from the Same. This is another K-Beauty one. I like this one quite a bit. It's a little tricky to work with. It's a little bit messy. It is a little bit warm on me, but I use it on occasion, so I'm going to keep using it until it is gone. And I forgot about this one. This is the CYO Brow and Lash Gel. I love this stuff. It's super wet. I've talked to you guys about this recently, how I like what this does for my brows because it makes them look kind of like wet and defined, which I kind of like sometimes. So I'm still looking for like a dupe for this because this brand has been discontinued, but I'm going to keep this one around because I do use it quite a bit. And then these last two products are not necessarily brow gels or anything like that. This is a Cella Tantalizing Taupe Eyebrow Cream. This has like a brush on one side and then it has this product inside. The lid right here, if you did BoxyCharm like 3 years ago, you probably got this in your BoxyCharm. It's quite old. I don't use it very much anymore, and I always thought the brush was just a little too fat. So I'm going to go ahead and just toss that one. It's pretty old. And then I have my e.l.f. Shape and Stay Wax Brow Stick right here. Staple for me. Definitely keeping that one around. And last but not least, my two favorite brow pomades, the ColourPop Clear Feather Effect Styling Wax. This is basically like a soap brow. You can see mine's like falling out, but I do like it. Also comes with this spoolie right here, which is an amazing spoolie for your brows. And then this is the Anastasia Brow Freeze, which is probably one of my favorite brow products in my entire collection. So definite keeper. That was a success. I kept 11. Actually, make that 12. I have the ABH right here, which I'm not getting rid of quite yet. And getting rid of 11. Oh yeah, I forgot about these two right here. These are the Wet n Wild Creme Brulee eyeshadows. Remember these were all the rage? I just don't use these anymore. I don't reach for this type of a product individually ever. So I used to, but not anymore. So I'm just going to go ahead and toss those in the trash. I think I might have one more back here. I think I bought like 10 of them at one point because I did used to use these a lot. This one I'm going to save and pass on to someone, put it in my declutter pile. So technically I guess that brings my count up a couple more. I'm not really keeping score or anything, so let's just move on. All right, here are all of my brow pencils. Actually, almost all brow pencils. I have a couple of eyeliners in here. Let me just pull those out really quick. I think it's just these right here. This is another old BoxyCharm product. It is the Butter London Stroke Brow. This also came in a BoxyCharm forever ago. I never use it anymore. I actually found it in the very back, so this one needs to go in the trash as well. These right here are my Kaja Wing Stamp, I forget what this is called, Wing Stamp Duo. The stamp right here and then the eyeliner that comes with it. I really like this stuff, so I will definitely be keeping that. These are all of my pencils, so let's go through them Really quickly, I have a backup of my taupe brow pencil from e.l.f. along with like 14 of, okay, maybe not 14, just 4. We'll go through those. Some of them might be empty. This one right here, this is from Essence. It's a like brow pencil that you sharpen. I have no time for a brow pencil that you sharpen. Just not my thing. I think I have another one in here. Yeah, this one from Catrice. The lids fall off. They're never quite sharp enough. So those I am going to just put in my declutter pile. Maybe somebody will take them off my hands. Otherwise, I'll just throw them away. Let's go through all of my Ulta Beauty ones really quickly. So this is the one I'm currently using, and I have 2 backups. These are all in the shade Ash Taupe. Probably my favorite brow pencil of all time. I will be keeping all of those. I have this ColourPop Brow Boss brow pencil. This one is broken and I'm pretty sure it's pretty much gone. So yeah, this one can go in the trash. I actually didn't like this one very much. It kind of dried out and got a little hard to work with. So not a huge recommendation for me. I will toss that one in the trash. I love this one. This is a Yes Style purchase from Holika, the Skinny Eyebrow pencil. I think it's called like the Wonder Drawing Skinny Eyebrow pencil. I have the shade, I think it's written in Korean. Oh, there it is, Ash Brown. So this is the shade Ash Brown. Another favorite of mine. This one reminds me a lot of the Ulta Beauty one. So if you're on Yes Style and you're looking for a good brow pencil, this is one I would recommend. I have my BH Cosmetics brow pencil here. This one I don't think they make anymore. Mine is just about gone, but I can probably get a little more use out of it, and I do really like it, so I will keep that. I'm going to pass this one along. This is from Folklore Cosmetics. I'm not a big fan of the shape of these type of brow pencils that have like the pinched kind of, it actually reminds me of this one right here, the NYX one. I think I like this one a little bit better. This one's a little bit too fat, and the color, if I remember right, was a little bit too warm for me, so I am going to pass that one along. And I didn't like the spoolie. It's too soft. I like a stiffer spoolie, so this one I'm going to put in my declutter pile. I will keep the NYX one. Not my favorite brow pencil because I like something a little bit more skinny and tiny and precise, but it's pretty good. I think I'm going to declutter my IT Cosmetics Universal Brow Pencil. I don't like the shape of this one either. It's again one of those that's kind of a little fatter. I have the Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil. This one is good, but again, it's one of those shapes. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, mine's like dried out and old. This one we need to throw away. And I just don't love the shape of this one. I want to try this. They have a skinny version of this, I believe, like a slim brow pencil version of this, so I want to try that one. This one is from Marc Jacobs. I love this brow pencil. I probably wouldn't pay full price for it. I got this at like a Marshall's, I believe. It's in the shade medium brown, but it's a great brow pencil. I'm going to keep it till it's gone. I probably won't repurchase it, but this is the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. Another really good one. I think mine's in the shade Taupe. I will be keeping that. I'm also going to keep this. This is from Benefit. This is the Precisely My Brow. This came in, I think, like a birthday gift or a points bonus from Sephora. It's not their official one, but it's in the shade number 3. I really like this one. Actually, I probably won't because I like this one a lot, but I like my Ulta Beauty one just as much, and it's a fraction of the price. So these two right here, I have the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe. This is a very warm yellowy shade of taupe that I do not like the shade of this one at all for my skin. Look how, I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably not. Again, my lighting for these declutter videos is terrible, but it's very, very warm and yellow. I like something much more ashy. This is just not my right shade, so I'm going to declutter that one. This is the Etude House Drawing Eyebrow Slim. Another K-Beauty one. This one's a little bit better of a shade match, so I'm going to keep this one around. I think I'm getting close to finishing this one up. This is the Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Pencil. Another one of those ones I just don't like the shape of, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one. Now let's go through all of my e.l.f. ones and see if any of these are ready to go in the trash, if they're gone or almost gone. This one is in the shade Neutral Brown, which is a little bit darker, but I sometimes will reach for this one, so I'm going to keep this one. These are all probably the shade Taupe, if I remember right. Yep, these are all in the shade Taupe. So let's just see. That one's still got some product left. I don't know why I have so many of these open. This one, that one's close. That one's coming close. And this one right here, okay. All of these have some product left in them, so I'll keep them all around because I do reach for this one quite a bit. Maybe I'll put one in my car. I don't think I have one of these in my car anymore. All right, that is it. We're not going to count anymore. Hopefully you guys can just visually see how well I did. I don't want to keep score today. I hope that doesn't disappoint anyone. I know sometimes that's the fun of watching a declutter video, is seeing the numbers, but this kind of stuff is all kind of random, so I'm just gonna go off the visuals instead. Look at this though, you guys. I have never had my eyebrow bin look this clean and organized. That looks amazing. Oh, so much better. All kinds of space in there. And here is my pile of declutters. Lots. We'll just call that lots. And there we go. Look at that, you guys. That feels so much better. Now I'm going to turn you guys around. We will dig into my highlighters and my mascaras. This hopefully will go quick. All right, you guys. So here we have my highlighters and then my mascaras down here. I apologize. My lighting over here is especially bad. We are in my cave of a basement and there's certain areas that just don't attract very much light. Forgive me. I'm working with the equipment and the lighting and the situation that I have for right now, but let's just go through them really quickly. All right. It is kind of a mess in here. I don't imagine I'm gonna get rid of a lot of these because I have decluttered my highlighters recently, but I might be able to pass a few of these along. I do think I'm going to pass along my Juvia's Place Heroin Glow 1 highlighter. I love the packaging of this. I know it's kind of bulky. I just loved everything from Juvia's Place because I just think they're such unique, fun packaging. But this one is a little bit too dark for me, so we will go ahead and pass this one along. I've got my 3 Nobble highlighters. I know we just talked about these recently. I just put them back in the highlighter drawer. They were in with my blushes before. These ones don't really count or anything, but I'm definitely keeping these ones. I also have my Smashbox highlighting palette, Spotlight. I think it's the Spotlight highlighting palette. This I think is pretty good. I just don't use it all that often. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along. I just think someone else will get better use out of this than I will. I have so many others that I love. I just don't think I need this one. I have my Natasha Denona Super Glow that is, oh man. I need to like officially repress this with some rubbing alcohol because I keep trying to like push it back in. I love this highlighter. It's so unfortunate that it shattered because I used to love traveling with this one, but now that it's so fragile, I don't feel like I can. It's a great one, even though it's a little pricey. I have the shade, I think it's like 02. Yeah, 02 light medium. Really pretty one. I have this one right here. I still love this highlighter. Look how messy this thing is. It looks so nasty, but I love this. I think it's great. Also, oh, this one, I'm on the fence about the Stila one, you guys. There was a time this was one of my favorites. It's probably one of the most mature skin friendly highlighters. Look at that though. It's such a unique formula. I'm going to keep it. I actually haven't been reaching for it as much lately. For now, I'm going to keep it. This might be on the chopping block next time. This one I'm also keeping. The packaging's really starting to annoy me though because it's not just that it's broken, but it's round. So it's broken and it like twists and won't stay on. But I love this highlighter. This is just my type from Makeup Revolution. It's a great one from the drugstore. Okay, I'm going to go through all my square highlighters so we can keep all the square ones back here. This is the NYX Born to Glow highlighter. I feel so about this highlighter. It's pretty good. It was really pricey. I want to say it was like $14. I have the shade 02 Platinum Status and Diamond Chains. This one is really glittery. I don't like this one on my cheeks, but I do like this one a lot. It was just so pricey. Like I probably wouldn't pay $14 for this highlight. I like this one just as much or more. This is Precious Petals from Wet n Wild. I'm gonna keep both of these though. Have it, might as well keep it. I know that's a bad philosophy. According to some of you guys are like, why do you keep stuff you know you're not gonna use? And maybe I'll come to love it. Once in a while, there's something that I don't love right away, and after I give it a second chance, I end up loving it. This is from Wet n Wild. This is Blossom Glow. I'm gonna pass this one along. If I'm gonna reach for a Wet n Wild highlighter, this isn't one of the ones I like to reach for. It has kind of a pink iridescent. I don't like iridescent highlighters. I just don't. So I'm not gonna use this one a lot, so I will pass this one along. This one right here, this is from KKW Beauty, which is no longer, I think, a company. This is the shade Victory. I love the packaging on this one. It is a pretty good highlighter. I'm gonna keep this one around. One of my favorite drugstore highlighters, the Revlon Skin Lights highlighter. I will be keeping this one. Also keeping this one right here. It's from Honest Beauty. This was one of your recommendations for a subtle highlighter. It is incredibly subtle, like probably too subtle for me, but I haven't used it enough to really like gather my thoughts on it. So I'm going to keep using it and just see if maybe on occasion I might want a subtle highlighter. So far that doesn't happen very often, but my taste may change as I get a little bit older, which is seeming to happen very quickly. So we'll see. Maybe in the next year or two I'll fall in love with it. This is Ofra and Samantha March highlighter. I love this highlighter. It is so intense and so beautiful. This one, I forgot. I just picked this one up like last month at a Marshall's, I think. This is another one. It's pretty subtle. Maybe not quite as subtle as the Honest Beauty one, but I need to use this one a little bit more. This is from Laura Mercier. This is their Matte Radiance Baked Powder Highlight in the shade 01. So maybe I'll pull that into a video coming up because I don't think I've even used it yet. This one is Zuma from Persona, one of my very favorite highlighters of all time. Very nice and golden. So pretty in the summertime especially. Let's go through all these ones. I have these two from ColourPop, Flexitarian and Smoke and Whistles. I will be keeping both of those. This one right here is from Artist Couture. This is really pretty. It's just kind of hard to use. And I don't think this shade they make anymore. It's so pretty though. Every time I open this one, I'm like, oh, it's mesmerizing. so sparkly and beautiful, but I never use it. And I have so many highlighters, you guys, like more than I could ever use. I'm going to pass that one along. I feel like someone else would really love this one. I'm going to keep these two as well. Not ones I use often, but like on a special occasion or if I'm doing someone's like prom makeup or something, I do like to use both of these ones. This is Wet n Wild. This is from their, I don't know if they still sell this collection, but this is the one in Written in the Stars. So incredibly beautiful and sparkly and glittery. This one is from Coty. This is their Airspun Loose Highlighting Powder in Snow Much Ice. This is another one that I love using, especially on people with really, really fair porcelain skin. These two sticks right here, I have the same stick highlighter and my Persona stick highlighter. I'm going to keep both of these. I do really love the Persona one. I love this one in the summer. It's really subtle, but it's just so glossy and pretty. I don't know. It's a really interesting highlighting formula. I haven't tried anything quite like that. This one right here, this is from NARS. This was a gift from someone. It's their Coco Cabana Liquid Illuminator. I don't use this one very often. Honestly, I'm not way into liquid highlighters. I haven't used this one enough. Last time I did a declutter, I said I would try and use this one a little bit more, but I'm still not reaching for it. So I'm going to pass this one along. These two right here, I am going to keep. These two liquid ones, the Say Glowy Super Gel in Star Glow, that I can't believe I said it smells like pee. I still feel guilty about saying that on camera, but I do think it kind of does. But I do really like, I really love this product that smells like pee a little bit. This one's from Daniel Sandler. This is their Moon Glow highlighter. Really pretty, interesting formula. Not one I reach for often, but it is really pretty on the skin. Let's dig back here. Got my Becca highlighter in Opal. I'm keeping that. I have my Essence Pure Nude highlighter, another fantastic one from the drugstore. My MAC highlighter in Double Gleam, such a good highlighter. Put my Makeup Revolution down there as well. I had this one from Milk. I don't think they make these powder highlighters anymore from Milk, but I really like this one. It's their Flex highlighter. I have the shade Lit. Mine's a little bit broken. I just have to keep pressing it back in, but it is really pretty. This one, I'm trying to think, is this like iridescent? Yeah, this one I'm going to go ahead and pass along. I just never use it. I think someone else will enjoy that. My Master Chrome highlighter by Maybelline. This was one of my favorites. I just have not used this for probably almost a year. This is Molten Rose Gold. I'm going to keep it around and try and pull this into like a Shop My Stash or a video coming up soon. There we go. Much more organized. I know I only cleared out 6. That's pretty pathetic, but I wasn't planning to clear out many. So moving down here to all of my mascaras. So let's just jump right into the ones I know are like old or expired or that I can get rid of. This one right here, the Milani Highly Rated Mascara. This is decent. It's not my favorite from the drugstore and it's very old, so that one needs to be tossed. Also probably toss, oh man, I'm kind of disappointed I didn't use this one up a little bit. I might try and use this one more time. It's like 9 months old. I know some people say throw your mascaras away after 6 months. I'm more like a 9 to 12 month kind of girl. So I'm going to keep this a little bit longer. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more use out of this one. I think I'm going to pass along the e.l.f. Big Mood mascara. The brush on this one is way too big. I mean, I can't really pass along a mascara. I've only used it twice. So I kind of hate to throw it away. But I just didn't like it as much as I liked the Lash It Loud mascara. I'm going to go ahead and just toss that one. Oh, I hate to throw away a mascara that's like brand new. I am going to keep my Urban Decay Perversion mascara. This is one of my favorite high-end mascaras that when I want something that's going to wash off easy. That's the only reason I like this one. If I'm doing like multiple looks in a video. Honestly, if I didn't do YouTube, I probably wouldn't recommend this mascara. I just like it because it comes off easier than any other mascara in my collection, and it is really nice and black. I got both of these in a BoxyCharm forever ago. I haven't even opened them up yet. This one looks a little gimmicky and weird to me. I should probably toss it. It's so old. It's like 3 years old. Oh, should I open it? I never have. It's been like 2 years since I got this in a BoxyCharm. It looks dry too. I'm just going to toss that one as well. I'm sure it's dried out. Let me just scoot all those ones out of the way and we'll just kind of start working our way through. I am keeping my Thrive Cosmetics mascara. This one's getting close to being used up. I'll probably get rid of it and then get a new one come March or April. I'm going to keep my IT Cosmetics Superhero. I'm definitely keeping my Essence Lash Princess. I will be keeping all 3 of this one. I'm almost done using, and then I'll open up this last one. One of my favorite mascaras that's super affordable if you can find it on the internet. I also have this Double Needs mascara. This is also from Tony Moly. By the way, all 3 of these are the Tony Moly Delight Circle Lens mascara. This is the Double Needs mascara. I don't like this one quite as much, but I still like it and I use it on occasion, so I'm going to keep that one for now. I'm going to keep my Kaja Wink Lash Trio. This one, don't really like the clear. I like the other 2, so I probably wouldn't buy this myself now that I've tried it because I just think since one of them I don't really like or use that much. But I do think if you're someone that struggles with really straight lashes that won't hold a curl, it might be worth trying, because I do think the lengthening one really does hold your curl really well. A couple more, let's go. I'm keeping both of these, the Sky High mascara and the Warrior Princess mascara. These are getting close. I should probably, but I'm actually close to using them up because I do reach for these quite a bit. So I will keep those as well. I have right here the Bambi Eye waterproof mascara. This one I think I can get rid of. I bought this last spring. I didn't like it that much, so I'm going to toss that one. And it's really hard to remove. It's definitely waterproof. I have Lashtopia right here. This one's pretty old. I think I need to toss this one as well, which is too bad because I really like that mascara, and it has a really, really soft brush, similar to the Perversion. If you need a soft brush, this one is like, you can hardly even feel it. It's so, so soft. This right here is a mini of the Pat McGrath Fetish Eyes mascara. This is one I am really loving recently. It's crazy expensive, but I'm actually considering buying the full size of this one because I just love how it looks on my lashes. I have the Marc Jacobs right here. This is a mini. It's still good. I just opened this a couple months ago. This one kind of runs on me. It does give me kind of raccoon eyes by the end of the day, but I've only used it a couple of times, so I'm going to keep it around to give it a couple more tries. The NARS Climax mascara. This is another really good high-end mascara that I really like. I don't know that this is one I would buy the full size of. I might consider it if I found it on sale or something, but I am just about done with that. I also have a mini of the Smashbox Superfan mascara. This is a really nice one if you like something that is not clumpy at all. This is a good, completely unclumpy mascara. Super good for the lower lashes. This one right here, the Milk Kush mascara. Actually, these kind of remind me of each other a little bit. This one's more of a rubberized. This one's more of like a soft brush, but both of these are really good, like separating, kind of defining mascaras that don't clump at all. But I will be keeping those for now. These are two minis that I haven't yet opened. I have a mini of the Maybelline Colossal and a mini of the Too Faced Damn Girl mascara. I will be keeping these two as well. So that's it for mascaras. I didn't really need to declutter much. I do have here a Focalure gel eyeliner they sent to me. I actually tried this same set, which comes with a black and a brown. I don't like the eyeliners in here. They do transfer a little bit on me, so I can't use them. I already decluttered a set of these before, but they do come with two really good brushes. So I'm keeping this around just for when my other two brushes start to wear out. I'm going to open this thing for the brushes and then pass the liners on to someone else. So I'm keeping that around just for the brushes. I probably won't open it for another year, but I'm going to keep it for now. All right, that is it. And that is it, you guys. What did you think? How did I do? So happy that I can finally open and close this drawer again. I could not believe how full this one has gotten and how many things that were very, very old that I don't even use were taking up space. As in the other videos, now that you guys have seen my collection in each of these categories, if there's something that you think I really need to try that I haven't tried out yet or that I don't own yet that you didn't see, definitely let me know so that I can put it on my wish list. But that is all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this little declutter series, taking a look at kind of my collection, my setup, how I kind of store things. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you guys are all doing well. One last reminder, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to do that before you leave. But that's all for now. Thanks again, you guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye. There's a little sample of the Urban Decay that I'll probably never use. Had it for like a year and a half. Still haven't used it.